What is going down, Raider Nation? I'm your host, Cliff Thornton. Welcome to the Raider Fan Podcast. We are on episode 20. You heard that right, 2-0. I'm excited about that. This has been a great journey so far. And once again, and always, thank you to the listeners going back and forth, sharing, liking my videos, going to YouTube, going to TikTok. I'm having a lot of fun, and I hope you like the content. Like I said before, all this is coming from a Raider fans podcast. I'm on the East Coast in New England, so you know it's tough being a Raider fan not too long ago, but having dealing with all the Patriot players and the fans here, but I stayed true to my silver and black, the Raider Nation, baby. But one thing I want to get into, mandatory minicamp's over. It ended today. Today was the last day. I'm kind of torn to see and to hear what a lot of people are saying. We know about the competition between Gardner Minshew and Aiden O'Connell, which I believe, and from what I'm hearing, AOC is just, he's taking this team and he's progressing a lot faster. I like hearing what we heard about Dylan LeBlue, the running back, just having another running back there next to Zamir White. You can't go wrong with that. And of course, our wide receiver core, our tight end core, the new acquisition with Kristen Wilkins is a huge plus. But one thing that really stood out is what one of the coaches came out and said. Rob Ryan had some interesting words to say about the Raiders, and why I believe this is so important is this hasn't been said about the Raiders organization in a long time. We know the history, we know the mystique of the Raiders, but no one's really came out and said what was said. And you have to, we have to thank the owner, we have to thank the general manager, we have to give kudos to the head coach, because everything's changing. The culture's changing. Everything about this program is changing for the better. And I really want to play what Rob Ryan said about the Raiders. Check this out.
He got back here a couple of years ago.
It's the best thing, best organization. It's like I already talked about. It's got the best head coach, but it's got the best owner. I mean, and the Raiders. I love this franchise, and God knows I've been on 10 of them, so I should know. This is my favorite franchise. When I worked with the great Al Davis. I was there 5 years with 4 head coaches. But the reason why he kept me, well, he knew I was great. But anyway, other than that, this place is special. And when you see the whole stadium out there, now we got a home field believes in us. Got a whole stadium yelling for AP, AP. That was the coolest thing ever.
That right there from Rob Ryan speaks volume about how Antonio Pierce changed the culture with the Raiders. Also with Mark Davis, Tom Telesco. It really inspiring to hear that things have changed so well for the Raiders. Not to say Al Davis didn't have that same respect, same mystique, but some of the other coaches maybe didn't have that that different culture. With John Gruden, we had something. With John Madden, we had something. Even with Jack Del Rio, we had something. We had that thing, that a lot of teams have. And along the way, we lost it. And then we brought in Josh McDaniels. And it takes a special head coach to come in after that. And I don't want to say nothing about Josh McDaniels. I think he's a good offensive coordinator for New England. What he did over there for New England, what he did for Tom Brady was outstanding. We can't take that away from him. But what he did as a head coach, well, being a head coach and an OC is two totally different things. What he did for the culture was he damaged it. Let's be honest. He made it a hostile environment. He made it not fun, but not a place where you want to come to work. AP, former player, came in and he changed the culture. He really did a great job last year. Had the up and downs, but what he's did in the offseason, what he's done in OTAs, what he's done in mandatory camp, you can see what's going on. You can hear what the players are saying, what the coaches are saying. So I'm excited, going forward. I'm excited what I saw a couple things in minicamp. Check some of this film out. It's good seeing some of the players getting at it, and you already know Mad Max, yelled at him and called him, "You little boy." We probably said a couple other different things too, but seeing the excitement, seeing the explosion, I don't know how you don't get excited, but check some more out. A lot's been said about this defense. Tyree Wilson, how is he going to be in another year in his belt? Kristen Wilkins, how dominant is he going to continue to be in the middle? And, Mad Max and Kuntz off the other side. I can't wait to see in Adam Butler, in Jenkins. I don't want to forget anybody, but I'm not going to name every defensive player. I'm excited. I'm truly excited as a fan to see that we have this defensive line that could really do some damage. That can really come out and get at these quarterbacks, help out our linebackers, help out our secondary, because that's what pressure does. It really helps out the rest of the team. It all starts. If you know football, it all starts with the dogs. It all starts with the offensive lineman, the defensive lineman. If you can't get pressure, that's it. The quarterback's going to have all day to throw. The defensive back and linebackers can't cover all day long, so they'll be able to make some throws. If you can't control the line, they're going to open up some holes and run down your throat. So getting that extra meat in the middle to help out Mad Max. And I like what Malcolm Kuntz did at the end of the year. His last few games really became a better player. Tyree Wilson, I'm really hoping that he takes that extra step. I'm excited. I mean, I don't know what more to say, but check this out. We said a lot about the quarterbacks and the wide receivers. I wanted to throw in a drill for the running backs and show them some love. I'm hoping that we have a strong running game as well. I think Zamir White's going to do good. I'm really curious to see Dylan LeBeau, how he's going to step up. A lot of people in OTAs were comparing him to Christian McCaffrey, but that kind of died down a little bit. I know he not sustained an injury, but he was a little tired, a little sore, just like every player, in minicamp, but kind of slowed him down just a little bit. But I think this offense, and I still believe it's going to be Aiden O'Connell being the starting quarterback. I'm anticipating is crazy because I just want the season to get here. I know we got a long way to go, but we're in June. Let's fast forward July. Now we have August, and we got preseason games, which a lot of the starters are not going to play. But I want to see what these young kids, what they're going to bring to the table. I'm excited to see this offensive line, defensive line, the linebacker, like every inch of this team, because I believe that they're going to make a good run this year. And I've been on a lot of talk boards, and a lot of people are going back and forth with me. Oh, I don't know, you're crazy. The over and under is 6.5 games, and I don't know how you get a half a game, but there's no way that they're only going to win 6 games. I got them, between 10 and 13 games. I'm really hoping that they challenge the Kansas City Chiefs for the division. The NFL needs the Raiders back into the playoffs. This Raider fan base needs the Raiders to get back into the playoffs. this organization, has been hit with a lot of bad luck. I don't want to say bad coaches, but coaches that didn't work out. Our fan base really, is starving for something good, and that's only going to come from the head coach. Can Antonio Pierce really get the job done? I have full confidence in him. I believe he's going to. I like the way he talks about the team. I love his passion. You can just see he loves the Raiders. The man came from straight out of Compton. Always been a Raider fan. I know that feeling. So when you hear him talk, you can just see it in his eyes. You can see it in his persona that he's all about the Raiders. Instead of me telling you about it, check it out.
Players really relish on guys that they can relate to, that been there and done it, but more importantly, that have the love for the game. And more importantly than all that, they want to be here. EA hit on it. This is different. AP's is different. I'm a different coach. I get it. It takes a different individual for us all to work together. But it's okay for you to be different. You could be you, because I'm going to be me, but we're going to do it collectively the same way with the message. Like I always keep going back to the vision, the philosophy, and the culture that we want to build here.
I don't think anybody else can say it better. I've been talking about it, that he's changed the culture of the Raiders, and you heard it firsthand on what he said and how he said it. I hope you were able to just read the body language, listen to the words that he said. It's coming with a lot of passion. He truly loves the Raiders. He truly changed the culture of what's going on. So I keep saying it, I'm excited. I can't wait to see this team in full games and competing. I think we're going to do good. I think a lot of people are going to be pleasantly surprised. I think the NFL is going to be better because the Raiders are gonna be a team that's going to be competing. But more importantly, it's going to be a team that you're going to have to deal with. It's no more, hey, they're going to fall apart in the second half. They're going to get a lot of penalties. They're not that good. We have a coach. We have a general manager. We have an owner that really wants to do well. We have players that want to come to the Raiders, that are here at the Raiders, and that want to be part of a successful program, a successful organization, and they're going to be the reason why. That's the reason. They're going to be the reason why we are successful. So let's just stay tuned. Just like this podcast, I'm happy about that journey for the Raiders, and once again, I wanted to say thank you for all my listeners, and I can't wait to have some of you guys up here and going back and forth. I'm thinking about June, so we could talk about what's coming up for the preseason, and then let's talk a lot more in the preseason and talk about what we saw in the games. So be prepared. That's coming. And like always, subscribe to my YouTube channel. We're gonna have weekly prizes. All the episodes are obviously around YouTube. I have some clips that go on TikTok. So if you want to see the TikTok, here it is right here, up here. Go to the TikTok. I have a lot of pictures, a lot of some videos as well. But check both out, and follow me on Instagram as well. But once again, I can't say this enough. Thank you for listening. Thank you for liking it. Thank you for commenting. And until next time, let's go Raiders.